Well, our correspondent is here now in the studio, Sharon Ijasan. She has been monitoring the rally of the NLC and she'll give us details now. Sharon, thank you very much for joining us on the news this time. Tell us about the strength and the quest, of course, of the group today.
Well, for the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress, they sent messages out for about 3-4 days ago that they'll be coming out in mass to protest against the living condition of the average Nigerian or the average worker. But from my observation, they told us the protest was supposed to start for 7:30. It didn't kick off till about 10 a.m. But from my observation, it's not just about NLC and TUC, it's about the average Nigerians on the streets. Before the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress came out to protest, we had some other civil society group and other meaningful Nigerians on the street protesting already. We have the likes of Shiwore and also Charlie Boy, who led most Nigerians out. So what I observed is that at the end of the day, they both came together to ensure that their voice was actually being heard, since the demands are actually very similar. So at the end of the day, we had about over 3,000 people coming out together to ensure that their voice is being heard.
I was going to ask you, Shawara and Charlie, today they joined today?
Yes.
Because they already had an earlier one that was watched.
On Monday.
All right. How would you describe it? I mean, in numbers, successful, what was their numbers like? And then, did you have police security around them?
Of course, security was very tight. But for me, from my observation, having covered labor for a while, it's actually a success, because it wasn't just about Nigerian Labour Congress, it wasn't about Trade Union Congress or civil society groups, it was about Nigerians. I realized that while I was moving on the streets, I observed that even Nigerians that were not mobilized for the action actually joined. And so also we have so many onlookers that actually were wondering what's happening. Oh, is this a protest they were talking about? They joined. Some that couldn't join says, oh, we are in support of this strike. Things are really expensive. We want a better living condition as Nigerians.
So is it expected that it will continue? This is like the second protest or march this week. Are we expecting it to continue tomorrow or what?
Well, for the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, they will actually have to meet at their NAC meeting to decide that. But while I spoke to some Nigerians and also some notable entertainers who have actually been clamoring for a change in terms of the way things are being done, it was observed that Charlie Boy, for instance, while I interviewed him, says if they give the government probably about a month or two and things doesn't change, that they're going to ensure that the whole system is destabilized and the government would actually have to yield to their demands. So that's the voice of some Nigerians. But for the trade union movement, they are of the view they have to actually meet, then also find out if that's what the workers want. Because right now, as we're speaking, there's so many issues on ground, issue of good governance, issue of fighting corruption. So also the issue of an urgent need to review the minimum wage, because everybody knows that the minimum wage can't take an average worker home. We're talking about 18,000 naira, and we also know how much probably a bag of rice costs. So for this group of people, they feel it's high time the federal government and its executive members come together on a round table to discuss the way forward to ensure that Nigerians' standard of living has been improved upon.
Sharon Ijasan, thank you very much for your time in the field and your time in the studio here. Thank you.